You just found out your wife's been cheating on you. Or maybe she did it years ago and you've been struggling to move past it. Dealing with infidelity will turn your world upside down and leave you wondering, what's next? Now, if we haven't met each other before, my name's Luke Finn and I'm the founder of the ARC system, which has helped hundreds of dads avoid divorce and reconnect with their wife. And on today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a framework to help you decide if you should forgive your wife or not, and 3 ways to heal after an affair. And be sure to stick around until the end of this video, where I'm going to share with you what's really going on in your wife's head after an affair and the steps you need to take to save your marriage. Now, with all that being said, let's dive right in. Should you give her another chance? So to help you with the decision on whether to forgive her or not, I've come up with 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. First question is, can you understand why it happened? Is it now clear to you why your wife started trying to meet her needs outside of the marriage? So, were you cold and distant? Were you not there for her emotionally, physically, and mentally? Were you coming home from work tired, angry, and frustrated, and you ended up taking it out on your wife? Or maybe you're just flat out being a dick. If you're going to forgive your wife, the reason why she had the affair should be very clear to you. And if you currently don't understand why she did it, I'd highly recommend watching my masterclass to improve your awareness around the real issues in the marriage. You can find my free masterclass down below. Enroll today. The second question you need to ask yourself is, do you feel certain if you work on the marriage that this will never happen again? So here you need to make a character call on your wife. Does your wife have high moral values? Was this just a once off? Is it really clear to you the circumstances that led her to having the affair? And although I believe there is never an excuse for cheating in a marriage, I also believe that everyone deserves a second chance. So you need to make a call on your wife's character. Does she deserve this second chance? Was this just a once off? And the third question you need to ask yourself is, do you still love her? If the answer is yes, with love anything is possible and you can heal your marriage. 3 ways to heal after you've been cheated on. So whether you decide to forgive your wife or not, it's really important that you heal. If you decide not to forgive your wife, the healing process is important so that you can move on onto your next relationship and not bring the trauma into it and recreate the same issues. If you decide you do want to forgive your wife, healing the hurt will allow you to let go of the past, to move closer together with your wife, and to create a deeply intimate and connected marriage. So let's take a look at the 3 ways to heal after an affair. Number 1, process the hurt. So this pain is not going to go away by itself. And if you don't learn how to let go of it, it's going to cause serious issues during the reconciliation process. Or if you decide to move on, it will have huge ramifications on relationships in the future. It will leave you with trust issues and constantly questioning what your partner is doing and who they're spending time with. And you deserve better than that, brother. The problem is no one ever taught you how to process your emotions. If you're anything like me, you were told to go and play sports, to let out all that energy while you're playing your sport. And exercise is extremely important and you should definitely be doing this, but it doesn't get to the root problem. It doesn't get deep down enough to release the trauma. It gives you momentary release, but your mind will keep bringing up those thoughts of what happened and you'll keep reliving that trauma over and over again. So you need to process it. And I teach the most holistic approach to processing the emotions and releasing the hurt and the pain in my masterclass. So I'd highly recommend enrolling in that masterclass today. Number 2, communicate your fears. So it takes a lot of courage to speak to your wife and talk to her about the fears that you're having. Unfortunately, what a lot of men will do is they'll bury those feelings and thoughts deep down because they feel like it's showing that they're weak and needy by communicating what's going on in their mind. And this is not what you want to do. So your trust has been broken. The only way you're going to be able to heal is by openly communicating what's going on. So to give you an example, if your wife was on her phone a lot before you found out about the affair, I guarantee you now when you see her on the phone, you're wondering who is she texting with, who is she talking with. And you need to communicate this to your wife. So you can say something like this: Sarah, yesterday when I came home, I noticed you were on your phone and I started experiencing a lot of fear. You know, you were on your phone a lot when the affair happened. I know that we're moving past this, but I want to just openly communicate what I'm going through. What do you think we can do to help me move past this? And by doing this, you're giving your wife the opportunity to work on a solution together. You're opening up. And this is how you rebuild the trust in the relationship. Number 3, take the first step. It takes a lot of courage to work on a marriage after infidelity. And it also takes a lot of courage to get into a new relationship after you've had infidelity in your previous relationship. But you've got to take the first step. You've got to find the courage to open your heart and move forward. Infidelity could happen again. And if it's infidelity in the same relationship, then brother, I'd highly recommend that you move on and find someone better, someone with higher moral values that you deserve. But you don't want to be the type of person that stays closed and will never be able to have a deep and intimate relationship. Because let's be honest, the quality of your relationship, those deep, intimate relationships, is what gives real fulfillment in life. So you need to find the courage to take the first step and open up your heart, even knowing that maybe you'll be hurt in the future. Now, if you'd like this video, you need to watch this next video on what's going through your wife's head after an affair and the steps you need to take to save your marriage.